When you hear that name, you think of wrestling. Now, we have a very extensive Walton-Verona State Championship playlist on the channel. Walton-Verona has 11 state champions, and this video makes number 10. Thing about Walton-Verona, they can now add 2 girls state wrestling champions to their history, if you will. You guys have already saw Miss Emma Moore. Now, if you would, introduce yourself to us, please.
I'm Sophie Anderson.
And you are the 2024 138-pound KHSAA State Wrestling Champion. You were one of the first 13 inaugural girls state wrestling champions, and I believe you're a junior, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so you got one more opportunity to be on top of that podium. But before we go any farther, how do you find wrestling? What gets you into it?
Mostly my brother, he started, and he wasn't very good, so I was like, it looks kind of easy, so I'm gonna try it, and I just got into it.
Now, what grade did that start for you?
3rd grade.
So you've been wrestling for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
A long time. Wow. Okay. So like with Emma, your teammate, she said this was her first year, and you've been wrestling for, what would that be? Junior, sophomore, freshman, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So you've been wrestling now for 9 years. Wow. That's pretty cool. The track wrestling has you with an undefeated record this year, 27-0. That's impressive. That's a pretty good record. So when you find out in the spring of 2023 that KHSAA had adopted girls wrestling, there was going to be a true state championship, were you like, yes?
Yes, I was excited that I wasn't gonna be in some gym.
I got you.
Arena.
I understand. Now, did you compete in the Coaches Association state championships before this?
Yeah.
And how did those go?
Freshman year I got 3rd, and then last year I got 2nd.
Okay, no, that's like I said in Emma's video and in Naomi Santiago's, kudos and shout out to the Coaches Association for recognizing the growing sport. And there was a need for it, a demand for it. And if you saw any photos of the crowds at those, especially last year's, it was insane. The number of people that were there, the number of girls. And this past weekend, as of this filming in February 24, there was the first ever all girls elementary state tournament I think it was at Boyd County High School hosted it. And there was, I think, like 200 and some girls, elementary age and down, that participated. So the sport is definitely growing, and you can always say, no matter what happens, you were one of the first 13. But I have a feeling you're not done. I have a feeling you want to add one more, right?
Right.
Absolutely. All right, so let's talk about your state tournament run here. First round, you start off with a 1 minute and 11-second pin over Hannah Fetters from Bell County. The second round, which would be the quarterfinals because they were 16-person brackets, you win a 43-second fall over Catherine Floyd from Bardstown. Catherine goes on to get 8th place. In the semifinals, you wrestle Val Sears from Whitley County. You win that by a fall, 1 minute and 6 seconds. And she goes on to get 5th place. So just like your teammate, of your 3 preliminary matches, you had to wrestle 2 state placers. So pretty tough bracket, pretty tough road, but all 3 of them are pins, all within the first period. So that's got to be a good feeling, right?
Right.
Okay, so you win that semifinals by a fall, and you are in the state championships. Walk us through that. Tell us what you're feeling. It's like, okay, this is, no big deal, or like, oh, yeah. Walk us through that.
It was pretty exciting because the past years I didn't wrestle my best, so I just felt safe that I knew I was gonna wrestle my best once I was in the finals.
I understand that, and you hear some of the better like the like kind of like with this, just like other sports, basketball, football, baseball, whatever the sport is, and you'll hear teams that maybe they had a disappointing loss in the regular season or had a stretch of games that like maybe they lost 4 or 5 in a row they shouldn't have or got beat by unranked teams or whatever it is. And then they get like to their conference tournament, their NCAA tournament, whatever it is, and you hear them talk, everybody's like, we could just feel we were playing the best basketball of our career. We were playing the best football. Our pitching staff was pitching like they've never had. We just knew we were going to win. We just knew it. And it sounds like you knew going in, you were wrestling great. You knew you was having a great tournament. It was just time to let's go finish the job, right?
Right.
All right. Now, if I mispronounced this young lady's name, I'm sorry, but is it Jaila Ramos Sanchez? Is that her first name? Is that correct? Do you remember?
I think so.
Okay. So, like I said, I am not fluent in Spanish. I'm sorry. That is something I am just not proficient in. But I believe it's Jaila Ramos Sanchez from Louisville Southern. And I believe, you may know more about this than me, but I believe that she was on like a Cuban national, like Greco or freestyle team. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Okay. Because when I think I got to officiate her first or second match there at the state tournament, and people were talking to one of her coaches because she had to have a translator because she speaks no English, and they were saying it was something to do with a Cuban national wrestling team. I didn't catch what discipline it was, but still, that's saying something for a high school aged young lady to be on a national team.
Mm-hmm.
And Cuba usually has some pretty good wrestling in the Olympics or on the world circuit. So had you wrestled her before this match?
No, she wasn't at any of the tournaments we were at.
Okay. And did you get to watch her throughout the day and be like, okay, I might be seeing her later. Let's kind of game plan for her? Or
Yeah, she wrestled the Great Rogers Clark girl in the semis, and I previously wrestled her, so it was a good match to watch.
I understand. And sometimes, I mean, just being able to watch your opponent just for a little bit at that tournament, that can be the difference. It really can, just a little bit of scouting. So we're going to pull up your video here. And of course, this has the Parade of Champions, the face-off, the match, and the medal ceremony. So let's do this.
It is now time for the Parade of Champions, presented by the U.S. Marines. Please stand and welcome our 2024 Wrestling Championship competitors.
And there comes the 138. I believe that you're the fourth one back right there, correct?
Right.
That's what I thought. And Ramos Sanchez, he's right there in the purple and white.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the 2024 KHSAA State Wrestling Championship presented by UK Healthcare. That's me, what finalists.
So you get to come running out. Are the butterflies pumping? Like
I'm a very nervous person.
We need all 132 pounds. Take medals. Please report to the awards area immediately.
Here's the match video, and she got a takedown on you, and you escaped. We're about a minute or so into the. I'm not sure what happened with the feed. That's where we're at. So I guess sometimes you have to kind of. There's no saying you got to get punched before you know you're in a fight, right?
Right.
And we got. All right, so you're back on your feet. When you're here, what are we looking to do with her? Are we inside trip, single? What are we looking to do here?
I'm more of a slide by person,
Okay,
but I was told not to tie up, but I don't listen, I guess. So, I mean, I was getting it, so I just kept trying to slide by.
I got you. No, I understand. I understand. So you get a takedown right there, which was big. So you go into the second period up 1 point on her. And Kristen Dennison is officiating. It's your choice, and before she even looks at you, you're deferring. Was that just automatic for you?
I usually look at coaches.
Okay, okay, that's fine. And she takes neutral, which was no surprise because she, Greco, they want to be neutral. Freestyle want to be neutral as well. At any time, like when you locked up with her, did you feel her trying to like hit a throw or some type of a freestyle lift or anything?
Well, right there, like she kept trying to grab my elbow.
Yeah.
So I knew that's literally the only thing she had, or her high crotch.
I got you. There it is. You go through it again. You get your 2.
Sophia Walls, please report to the awards area. Sophia Walls.
And your offer hits. Looks like you're trying to run a half there or get a wing or something in.
Wing.
A wing, okay.
Yeah.
I can hear Coach Moore back there hollering. I can hear his voice, but I can't make out what he's saying. Right there was go, 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 go. So you must have something that you like right there as far as a technique. Okay, you still got that wing. You're trying to walk to the head. Walk around, walk around. Still in bounds, still in bounds. Smart right there on your part to get behind her and stay in bounds right there.
Mm-hmm.
End of the period. Now it's your choice. And you're going to take.
Well, we were arguing because I didn't want to go top, but they were like, go top.
Okay. I got you. And I believe his, or I should say her coach comes to the table. I'm not exactly sure what. So you take top. You were doing excellent on top right there. Now, from this position, you've already seen you can get a wing and kind of run it. Is that just let's go back to the what works, or are we going to try something else? Or
I think I just trying the same thing.
okay,
Tight waist wing.
switch.
Yeah, I switch off to
There
the
you-
half though.
All right, so you get to half. You're walking, doing what you're supposed to.
She's just had a big base.
Yeah. You could tell she'd wrestled for a long time, which you have too. But before, like just watching her against some of the other girls in the bracket, I could just tell she had done this. It wasn't her first rodeo.
Yeah.
Now, who's the other gentleman in your corner?
That's my brother.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. He also wrestled for Walton.
I was gonna say it's a brother centric corner because Emma had Ryan. You've got your brother. Now she's kind of just balled up right there.
Yeah.
Really not trying to escape, really not trying to reverse, and she gets hit for stalling. It was a good call by Kristen right there. This is Kristen's first state tournament. You've got two really good refs out there, two good friends, Kristen and John Eschen. And we call those in refereeing drive-bys. He walked by and kind of gave her a little, I'm not sure what they were talking about, but if you don't have a good buddy out there when you're assistant referee, and it's what's the point of having somebody out there? And that's the end of the match. You win by the same score that Emma won by 9-2. So, pretty good performance. You didn't really try anything from what it looks like that was just like crazy, something that you wasn't comfortable with, and it paid off for you. Fundamentals over flashiness. And here's the medal ceremony.
Sixth place, Butler.
Trying to get my phone to focus or set up here.
Fourth place from Apollo, Manny Lopez.
You mentioned the GRC girl right there. She is. I think I had a couple of her matches. She was pretty good. And there you come, taking your rightful place on top of the podium.
Sophie Anderson.
You got your medal, your bracket, and your state championship sign. I love those signs that you get. Those are such a cool little memento to have. So all that hard work, all those years paid off. And that's where this video. So watching it back, like same question we asked Emma earlier. It's kind of a blur when it's happening, but does it play out the way you remember it?
Definitely.
Okay. No, that's good. That's good. And of course, you got like another shot at the plate, or another swing at the plate, I should say. Got one more chance to do it, be a two-timer, and bring another big gold state medal back to Walton-Verona. Before we end this video, before we wrap it up, do you have anything you'd like to add, say, take away, anything like that before we put a bow on it and wrap it up?
Just appreciate my brother, coaches, teammates.
And it's always good to have a good support system at home and in the practice room, teammates, coaches, all that. and I wish you well. You win it in 2025. I want to do another review video with you. We definitely want to document all the first 13 girl state champions. That way we can have the history forever, and it can be in a very accessible, very centralized location, because we want the world to know that Kentucky wrestling's on the scene and the girls are here. They ain't going no place. They deserve the same exact treatment that the boys get, and I shout out to the KHSAA for giving them the same treatment that the boys got. So it was a very, very well ran tournament. Mr. Angola, everybody at KHSAA, Jason Sador, it's our head official. Everybody done just an excellent job. So I believe we've covered a lot of ground, got a lot of things on this video that will be historically significant in a few years. But as we like to wrap up the video, now we can say, girls, my tagline is, we'll see you guys and girls on the mats.